Stopped. Okay, got it. All right. Well, welcome everyone. And I have to tell you, I am so incredibly excited about this topic. It's one of my favorite ones. Let's get rolling here. So my goal today is to help you, first of all, understand, what it takes to be successful on YouTube. In other words, in terms of being a YouTube creator, in terms of putting videos out there on YouTube and it being worth your time. I'm assuming that most of you are on this webinar because you want to learn how to post on YouTube to help grow your business. That is, definitely the case when I'm talking with my clients. So I'm going to be talking about it more from that angle, but there are so many things that you're going to learn, even if you want to start your own personal cooking channel or whatever it is. There are so many things you're going to learn with this anyway that'll help you. So not only am I going to share what's important in terms of what'll help you be successful with YouTube, but also what doesn't really contribute to your success, because I will, and I'm going to go through with you like my learning curve with the whole thing, which was a fairly normal learning curve when I talk with other YouTube creators. The things that I thought were important for YouTube success are not important, and the things I never thought of are. So there are probably going to be a lot of surprises for you here. And if it turns out that after I share everything with you, you're like, oh, I don't want to do YouTube, I will tell you that so many of these tips are going to help you if you choose to post video anywhere else, on any type of social media. So I encourage you just to stick around no matter what. You're also welcome and encouraged to share if you have any questions, please feel free to ask them throughout. You can either put them in chat or in Q&A. And sometimes I see the questions, sometimes I don't, but Carmen will be checking those for me. And in case I don't see them, she'll be sure to chime in once in a while so that I can answer your questions. I really want to make this as interactive as possible. So, okay, so let me share with you, first of all, the overall benefits of posting videos on YouTube and what that means for your business, and some of these things I didn't really think about before I started. And I'll also, again, go through my story so you understand personally how I've benefited from this. And I also want to let you know that I'm going to share a lot of these benefits because there is a bit of work involved to do YouTube well. So I want to kind of like really get you pumped up with all the good things that come out of it in the beginning. Okay, so the first thing is, and you probably already figured this out, when you put a video out there, again, to support your business in some way, and we're going to define what that looks like. It boosts your credibility because now people see you, they see you talking or your team members talking, and they're getting to know you better, and they're getting to know your expertise better. And that ultimately will help you sell things more quickly. Before I started doing YouTube videos to support my business, I would say my sales cycle is pretty natural. Some people would, and by the way, I'm a social media trainer, so that's my business, but what I share with you will work for yours. Okay. Some people before YouTube videos, some people would, sign up with me right away. Some people could take months or a couple of years. But what I found was once I started making videos, people were reaching out to me and they had already decided they wanted to work with me. It's really crazy. So it shortens your sales cycle. It also, if you want to do business around the world, YouTube is a global site. And I never thought about the fact that it's obvious I would get business around the world, and that's happened. So if your business can support around the world or around the nation, and and maybe you've just been doing everything locally so far, this will help you do it. It also, YouTube videos, and this is another one I didn't think of, YouTube videos enhance your search engine optimization. We all know that YouTube is part of Google, it's all one big company. So when you do a Google search, okay, you do a Google search and you look up, I don't know, how to change a tire, whatever it is, okay? You know how sometimes there'll be articles that pop up, but there'll also be videos at the top of the search results. Well, what happens is that if you put a video out there that is related to your business and it answers some type of how-to question, okay, you could show up at the top of international search results. And that actually happened to me for a handful of my videos, and really helped me a lot. So that's another benefit. Also, YouTube videos have longevity. If you're doing any other type of video for, social media, you're putting it on Facebook or Instagram Reels or anything like that. And believe me, you want to put video wherever you can, but the video only lasts so long before, you're only as good as your next post, basically, on social media. On YouTube, your videos have a lot more staying power. And I'm sure you've watched plenty of videos on YouTube that are a year old, 2 years old, 4 years old. Most of my most popular videos are, like I say, 80% of them are from like a year ago. Okay. And they're still getting like lots of views every single day. So even though you're putting more work into your YouTube videos, there's a lot more longevity with it. So it's definitely worth more your while. And then finally, YouTube offers revenue sharing opportunities. And what I mean by that is, I'm sure you've noticed, if you watch YouTube, unless you, if you're just watching it, without any type of, premium service, you have to watch ads. Well, obviously YouTube makes money off those ads. Well, once you reach 1,000 subscribers, when you have your own channel and you've reached 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 watch hours, public watch hours, within a rolling year, YouTube will offer you the opportunity to give you 55% of the revenue they earn that on the ads they're already putting on your videos. So it's not a huge amount of money. I can't pay the mortgage with it yet, but it's a nice extra, and I'll show you what that looks like based on where I am in my journey. So that just gives you an idea. I just have, I think, a couple more slides just to kind of get you pumped up about this, and then we're going to get into the nitty-gritty here. First of all, I started, just to give you an idea of the time frame, I started in late July 2020, because of the pandemic, because other marketing opportunities and networking opportunities dried up. I decided to get serious about YouTube and start posting consistently rather than dumping a video on my channel once a year. And I just had 12 subscribers, and I just had an iPhone to make my videos with. And now I have a little over 3,200 subscribers, and I still use my iPhone, a better one, but I still use an iPhone. I have clients around the world. And people are finding me through either Google searches or YouTube searches. I have a shorter sales cycle, and I'm getting the monthly paychecks. This was a message that I got from someone fairly recently, who became a client, like very, very recently, who again found me on YouTube. And this has become a common thing, and this can become a common thing for you. And this is why I get so excited to share this topic with you. And then finally, this is a screenshot I just took yesterday. And if you can imagine, imagine if, like, look at the number, the 16K on the left-hand side. Imagine if every 30 days there's 16,000 people who are watching your videos. You might get business from that. And, I gained some subscribers, and I got, a little bit of extra cash in those 28 days. And that's nice. And that's nice. Again, it's not going to pay, it doesn't pay everything, but it's a nice bonus. But for me, it's getting 16,000 views, which again I'm not a huge channel. I'm still a small channel, but you can imagine what the potential is. Even when you have just a small channel, it can still transform your business. Okay. So let's move on to the how-to with this. And let me first talk about, these are the 3 most common questions that I get about YouTube that I want to kind of get out of the way first. So the first one is, what equipment do you need? And believe it or not, and every major YouTuber will tell you this. And by the way, everything I share with you, I did not make up. It's because I've taken like a million YouTube classes. I've networked with YouTube creators, and every single successful YouTuber will tell you, you don't worry about the gear. Don't buy expensive gear. Just use your phone, and get good at just in general, just making videos, like in terms of the quality of the content and stuff like that. So if you're starting out, start out with your phone. If you already have a camera and you love using it, go for it, but you don't have to get that. Some other nice to haves are a ring light, just for extra lighting, but you can always for example, just make sure you're somewhere with nice lighting, or you film in front of with a mirror, sorry, not a mirror, with a window on the other side. You might want to have an external mic, and I'll show you what that looks like. So here's the phone I do all my videos with, and I just have this mic attached. I do have it on a tiny little tripod, and that helps just with the noise. And then I have a tripod. So these are just nice to have. So you don't have to have it. But that's all I would recommend just to kind of get started. How do you edit your videos? I do everything with iMovie because it's free. At some point, I will learn a more complicated software program, but for right now, this is what I'm doing. But if you don't have a Mac, some PC alternatives are Movavi and OpenShot. There are other ones out there, or you can hire someone to edit it for you. It depending on how much editing you want, it can get a little expensive, but that is always out there for you. And for those of you who just joined us, please feel free to ask questions throughout. You can put them in Q&A or chat, and I'll be answering questions throughout. And then how long should video be? I know that has nothing to do with the other two things, but this is the third most common question I get. And the answer is your video needs to be as long as it needs to be and as short as possible. And what that means is if you're covering a topic, let's say you're a realtor and it's, the top 5 things to remodel to increase the value of your home. That's not the best title, but you see what I'm saying? Okay, so take as long as you need to go over those 5 points, but don't dawdle. And that's literally the answer. And I'm sure, you'll hear people say, oh, your video should just be 30 seconds long, 1 minute long. Usually when we're on YouTube, unless we're watching, there's something called YouTube Shorts, unless we're watching those, we're usually watching longer videos, 5 minutes long, 7 minutes, 10 minutes, 20 minutes, an hour. It's however long it needs to be. So your goal is more just to make sure that you provide value for whatever time you need to convey whatever you need to. And I do see something in Q&A. Samsung Galaxy phone, what a free edit software. Are you asking? Okay, thank you, Regina. Are you asking if there is free edits software? If that there is free edit software with the Samsung? Yes. Oh, okay. I don't know if there's free edit software within the Samsung. I imagine so. So I know that you can edit. You can slightly edit things on an iPhone as well. It just depends on how fancy you want to get. And obviously, when you are sorry, just a second, I have to X out of something here. That's not what I want to do. Okay, sorry, there was a Q&A button that was, I was trying to click out of, sorry about that. I know the first video I made, which was 4 months before I really started getting serious about, getting more serious about videos. I just did everything all in one shot. And I don't think I edited a single thing because I didn't know how to do it. And then I just kind of learned, and each video got a little bit better each time. And I will tell you that, if you just happen to have time to watch my videos, and I'm going to give you a link for actually a couple things, one to my channel and also one for the instructions on how to set up a YouTube channel. I'm going to put a link in, I think chat is probably the best place to put it. You'll see if you happen to watch my videos that my first ones were horrible. They really were. And I'm still learning, but the ones that I'm doing lately are a lot more fine-tuned. So what I'm going to do in chat right now, just so we have it, I'm going to put this to everyone. I'm providing 2 links. So one of them is, how to set up a channel, and it's straight from Google. And I want to give you the link because Google may change the instructions, but the link should stay the same. The second one is my channel, in case you want to check it out. The advice I give on my channel is about social media, primarily Facebook, some Instagram, and then LinkedIn. And then I have some general social media videos in general. So, but that's if that would serve you. Let's see, there's another question in Q&A. Can there be a benefit doing YouTube Shorts to gain traction for viewers and subscribers? Haley, that is an awesome question. And there's a lot of debate with that because when you can you definitely get subscribers from it, but what often happens is, how do I put this? The people who are subscribing are the people who are subscribing because they, they really gravitate towards shorts, or they gravitate towards much shorter form content. Maybe they'll go for longer form content. It's sometimes hard to use shorts to attract people for longer form content. So I think it kind of depends on your overall goal. Also, from a revenue sharing standpoint with YouTube, they are paying for shorts, but very, 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 very little money for it. So if one of your goals is that, I wouldn't. By the way, I should mention, and this is super important to mention, subscribers don't count towards how much you make on YouTube. It's how many people are viewing. It's based on how many people are viewing any one of your particular videos, and how much YouTube thinks that video is worth in terms of what they think they should charge for advertisers to advertise on that video. So number of subscribers is just like number of followers and number of likes and all that. It's a vanity metric on social media and on YouTube. And believe me, like I love seeing my subscriber count go up. It really makes me feel good, but it doesn't affect my revenue. Also, most channels, most healthy channels, 95%, and this is, fortunately, I'm blessed to say this is the case for me, 95% of the views you get are going to be from non-subscribers. So because YouTube is constantly trying to push it out to new people. So, and only a small percentage of your subscribers will watch any one of your videos. And if they don't watch some of your videos for a while, they'll stop watching your videos. So YouTube doesn't, if you're subscribed to a channel, YouTube is more likely to deliver some of those videos as suggestions to you to watch. But if you stop watching them, we'll give you suggestions for other things, whether or not you're subscribed to that channel. So do keep that in mind. Let's see. Okay, so thank you, Haley. Yes. Okay, awesome. So let's go on. So those are the 3 most common questions, but those aren't the ones you need to know to be successful on YouTube, but they are people's questions, and I totally get it. And those were my questions, so I wanted to cover that. And here's what I learned from the YouTubers who are insanely successful, and I'm continuing to learn from them. So these 3 things, the 3 T's, I never thought about, or maybe the topic, but I never really thought about this. The 3 most important things for you to be successful on YouTube are choosing the right topic. And I'm going to give you ideas. I'm going to give you actually very concrete ideas on how to do this. How you title your video, and the thumbnail you use. And the thumbnail is, actually, let me just like escape out of here and show you. Okay, so I'm on YouTube right now. And when I'm on YouTube, it actually says, oh, based on your previous viewing experience, here are the videos that we recommend to you. And you'll see Italian lessons because I'm learning Italian. You'll see some Disney stuff because we have a Disney trip coming up. You'll see some social media stuff because I'm always checking out what my competitors are doing. So you'll see all that. Figure skating because I love figure skating. So basically the thumbnails are the images that you see that are above the titles. That's the thumbnail image. And it affects your YouTube success immensely. And I will explain why. Play for Chris. Okay, but first let's do the but the thing to understand is that YouTube is different from other social media. When you're on other social media, for the most part, if there's a video, it'll just, like, if you're on your phone, you're checking out what's going on Facebook, and a video will just, if someone posted a video, it'll just start playing, right? And it's your choice whether you stop scrolling and watch it or just keep on moving. On YouTube, with some slight nuances here, it's different. You see the thumbnail image, you see the title, you're figuring out the topic, and you're deciding whether or not you're going to watch it. So in other words, you're not going to get views, and you're not going to get subscribers, and you're not going to get people wanting to do business with you unless they choose to click on the video first. So it is so important to get people to click on that video, and that is a huge percentage of how to succeed on YouTube. So we're going to talk about this. Let's see. Regina wrote, I'm writing notes. Are we going to receive a copy of, okay, sorry. And Carmen already answered that. Thank you. Okay. And this is actually another, I guess I forgot I did a screenshot of this. Yeah, so here's another screenshot of from yesterday of titles, topics, and thumbnails, just to give you an idea. And what YouTube suggests to you is what everyone gets a different set of suggestions. So what people are suggesting to me, no one else sees the same exact screen. They're delivering what they think you want to see. And they're also delivering what they are finding to be the most successful videos, because these are the videos that people are clicking on the most. And the title, topic, and thumbnail have a lot to do with that. So with the topic, here are the main three things that you want to focus on. Okay, your video should entertain and or educate and or inspire. Okay. My videos tend to be, a lot of people call it edutainment. So that's just how I roll, but I don't know if I'm really inspirational whatsoever, but maybe one of my 100 videos, but for the most part, I'm more educational with some entertainment in there. So that's me, but you want to do one of these. And these are really the three main reasons why people would watch a YouTube video. They don't watch it, and you can imagine this from your own experience. You don't go on YouTube to watch other people try to sell to you. You don't go on YouTube to watch someone's commercial about how great their business is. They just don't do that. And well, there are people who post videos like that, but guess what? They don't go very far. And then YouTube's not going to suggest it to a whole bunch of other people to watch either. The videos, but the videos that do get a lot of traction, where people watch, more people watch all the way through, that they'll click on it to watch in the first place, are the ones that entertain and or educate and or inspire. So this is what you want to focus on, especially in the beginning. And if you want to start promoting yourself, you can a little bit, but once you've kind of earned your loyal audience, and I know that this is hard for some people to hear, because you want to start talking about how, your products and services, and they can really help a lot of people. And I believe that they can. The problem is that doesn't really have a place on YouTube, at least in the beginning, when you just want to gain a loyal audience. And I assure you that I think I've done almost exactly 100 videos, I think. I should really look at this. And of those, I think that I've only briefly mentioned, I'm talking maybe 5 seconds worth, that I'm open for business, one time in 100 videos. Because what I'm doing is I'm sharing my expertise, and I'm talking in the camera, and I'm talking to that person. I'm just trying to help them, and they connect. And that's how YouTube is going to work for you too. So that's how you're going to use YouTube. And if sometime down the road you have an ebook, or you have a course you want to sell, or anything like that, you can do that, but you need a loyal audience first. Otherwise, you're not going to get the traction. I hope that makes sense. So let me give you ideas for how to choose a topic. Okay. And this is especially helpful for educational how-to videos. Sorry, I sometimes need to drink water. Okay, so now this is a method, and I think I told you I'm constantly learning about YouTube. Okay, so this is a method I learned, and I just started implementing a couple months ago, maybe 3 months ago, actually. And I could kick myself for not doing this sooner. Okay, this works. Okay. Now what you want to do in general, let's say you already have a channel, you want to look for channels that have 10 times the number of subscribers you have. Now, if you're just starting out from scratch, you want to look for channels in your niche, okay, that have up to 5,000 subscribers. Now, the reason you want to look, there's going to be a reason for this, which I'll explain. Okay. So you want to look for channels in your niche with, about, up to 5,000 subscribers. Right around 5,000 would be really great. If you find one with 6,000, that's fine, but just don't look at the ones that have 100,000 subscribers, 200,000 subscribers, because they are so far along on their YouTube journey that it's going to be hard for you to replicate what they do at this exact moment. So what you're going to do is you're going to sort their videos by most popular. Actually, I'm going to talk through this and then I'm going to show you what I mean. Okay, so I'll show you on YouTube what this looks like. You're going to sort their videos by the most popular ones. Okay, and the most popular ones will show up at the top. And you're going to look for videos that are less than a year old, and the videos have more views than that channel has subscribers. Okay, and also you're going to see, and I'll show you what I mean by this, that you're going to see if they get a lot of views per hour. In other words, even though the video is 11 months old, it's still getting a ton of views per hour. You know, in other words, it has longevity to it. So, and the reason you want to do this is if you're seeing a channel that's still relatively small, it has, you know, 5,000 subscribers, which in the YouTube world is considered small. In my channel is small too. Okay. If you see a channel that's relatively small, and it has a video that's doing incredibly well and people are still watching it, that means it's a really good topic. It means that even though it was a small channel that this video came from, people really are clamoring to get information about this topic, that they are totally fine watching a video from a small channel to get the information that they need. So let me just show you kind of how this works. And then after I do that, I see there's a question Q&A and I will look at that. Okay, just a second. So let's see. So for example, actually one of my, this is actually from one of my clients. We were kind of doing a search right here. Okay. And I have, it's a free plugin. I'm going to try, I really want to keep things as simple as possible, but I will tell you, this is like a free plugin, which I do recommend. I don't know if you see like near the top right center of my screen, it says vidIQ. This allows me to get some really good information at a glance. You know, on particular videos and stuff like that. So for example, if maybe I want to see, you know, is aerial yoga for beginners, would that be a good video topic? Well, here I see something from Yoga and Fitness with Caddy. Okay, I think it's Caddy, not Katie, because there's 2 T's in Caddy. She has 3.41 thousand subscribers, but this video is 4 years old. Just pretend it's a year old, okay? It has 173,000 views. And you want to go for videos that are less than a year old, because if they're really old, then they've had a lot of time to accumulate a lot of views. Actually, this one might be good. This is aerial hammock basic 10 beginner tricks. This channel has 26,000 subscribers, but it has 297,000 views. So it does take time to find, I will tell you, we'll take time to find channels that have, you know, just a handful of subscribers, but have a lot of, you know, have videos with a lot of views, but you can do it. But let's just go to Yoga and Fitness with Caddy. Okay, I'm going to click on this channel. Okay, now remember I said to sort their videos by most popular. On the on the right hand side, kind of near the top, you'll see something that says sort by, and then you can click on most popular, and now I can easily sort and try to find something. And as a matter of fact, it looks like she was like kind of a one-hit wonder here. She had like this one video that got like incredible number of views, but everything else has been a little bit less. But you kind of go through this process. And I will tell you that I have in my own niche, it took a while, but I found some really amazing gems. And for me, because I'm a little over 3,000 subscribers, and I'm looking I'm looking for channels that are 10 times larger than mine. So I'm looking for channels that have around 30,000 subscribers, and sometimes I go a little less, sometimes I go a little more. And I found some really good topics. And I will tell you that since I started implementing this, on average, I've been getting way more views. And there's a video I did like a couple weeks ago that I was like, no, it might not be the most popular topic and it's not meeting my research criteria, but I really want to post about it. It's this really cool hack you could do on LinkedIn. And I posted it and it flopped because no one cares about that topic. It's a good video, but no one's going to click on it. So And then, so I learned my lesson and I, just brushed off myself and, just, I was like, okay, I have to go back to this. So anyway, that'll give you an idea of how to do that. And I see there's something in Q&A. Let me go ahead and look at that. It says, how difficult is it to start generating revenue via views/ads on YouTube from your experience, i.e. growing that audience? How niche specific is that trajectory? Okay, that is a fantastic question. And I'm assuming this is from Isaac. Okay, because it has your email address, but I'm assuming it's Isaac. It's going to depend. It's going to depend a lot on the niche, like immensely on the niche. There are some niches, like for example, there's my YouTube instructor, one of my YouTube instructors, she was like my key one. She has a channel that has 50,000 subscribers. It took her a long time to get there, but she is in like this really like artistic niche thing with one type of media that she uses. So her audience is a lot smaller. And then they're going to be, and then, for example, cooking channels, there's a lot of competition in cooking, but there are also a lot of people who are interested in watching what you have to do. You might get a lot of views. It might be a little faster, but it really depends on the niche. It also depends from a niche standpoint, how much YouTube will pay for that. And there are certain niches that YouTube pays more for. If the audience, if your target audience tends to spend a lot of money, then YouTube can charge more for the ads to that audience because the advertisers have products that cost money that they just need, just a few sales to make up, whatever they spend on their ads. So I will tell you, I'm thankful to say that marketing is one of those. Finance is one of those. I imagine actually the Disney videos that I'm watching, the Disney World, the videos I mentioned to you that I'm watching about Disney World's not cheap. And I'm like already like freaking out about how much we're going to spend when we go down to Florida. I wonder if advertisers might spend a little bit, more for those folks too. Not that we're rich, we're not, we're just depleting our savings. I'm going there. But anyway, so it really is going to depend a lot on the niche. For subscribers, it took me the average length of time to get to 1,000 subscribers. I've seen everything from 15 months to 22 months is the average, but there's a wide range. It took me 10 months, but again, I'm not like this outlier. There are people who have done it like way faster than I have, like way faster. The benefit that I had is that I have I have writing experience, so I was pretty good at scripting, but I didn't know anything else. So it took me a little while to figure stuff out. I wish I had a really good question, a really good answer for you. So it depends on a lot of different factors there. But thank you for asking that. And there's another. And Regina asks, how about an original topic? Can a person start a trend? That's very hard to do. That's very, very hard to do on YouTube because no one's searching for it. So, and I will tell you that there are plenty of channels out there that are not based on anything that's searchable. For example, let's say you decide to have like a family vlog. Okay, you can do that and it could be immensely popular, but it's going to take longer than normal to get that initial audience because people won't know to look for it. So there won't be as many people watching in the beginning because no one's really looking for it. But it can be done. So anyway, yes. And let's see, there's another question. When you're talking about revenue sharing, does YouTube reporting let you know how much each individual video earned? Yes, it does. It breaks it down for you. I can, I will tell you, YouTube analytics are the best I've seen out of everything. And I thought Facebook analytics were good, but YouTube analytics are insanely amazing. I plan to be making videos with multiple partners and want to share a bit of any revenue with each partner, but the videos will get quite a different amount of views. Yes, you can see how much YouTube is paying for each one and everything. Sorry, I'm trying to like find my cursor so I can X out of that. So yes, you can do that very, very, very easily. Let me just continue just a little bit more because I have I have more slides to go through, and I will definitely answer more questions. Let me just go a little bit further, if that's okay. So the title and thumbnail. So the title typically is going to share the value of whatever your video is about, and the thumbnail complements it. And this is where you can kind of add some emotion and maybe a little story if you can. It depends on what you're doing, and any other additional value, so that the title and thumbnail work together. And one skill that I learned that works beautifully is, this sounds crazy, but craft your title and thumbnail before you start scripting out or outlining or planning what you're going to say in the video or what you're going to do in the video, because the video starts with the title and thumbnail, because that title and thumbnail, they set the expectation for what the person's going to watch. They already know what they're going to watch. Okay. So if you know what people are going to see and read before they click to watch your video, then you know what you should say as soon as they click onto it and you start talking or whatever you start doing in the video. I used to, like pretty much every other YouTube creator out there in the beginning, I would, make my video, I'm loading the video and I'm realizing, or I'm uploading the video, I'm realizing, I don't have a thumbnail. And what am I going to call this video? And that plan doesn't work so well. So do it beforehand. It sounds counterintuitive, but I do recommend that. Another thing I might recommend is outsource. If you feel uncomfortable creating your own thumbnail images, outsource them. A vendor that I use, and by the way, I'm not like affiliated with them. They don't even know I really talk about them, but they're really good. And I will show you statistics to prove this. There's a vendor out there. They're called Custom Thumbnails, and they specialize in YouTube thumbnails they know like what works and what doesn't and stuff like that. And like I'm on it. They have different plans, but you can get a single design for, I think, like $37 or $39 with unlimited revisions. I'm on a plan where I pay $100 a month, but I get up to 4 designs with unlimited revisions. So I'm paying $25 a design. And for me, it's worth doing that. So I'll give you an example of the importance of the importance of a title and thumbnail. So on the left-hand side, look at that one first, where it says the thumbnail says Instagram marketing basics. And it says basic Instagram marketing strategies to master. That was my original title and thumbnail. And I knew this was an important topic, but this was bombing. It really was. And I was like, okay. And then I had some of my friends say, go to Custom Thumbnails, Brooke, because you're just not really good at doing thumbnails. I'm like, okay. So I went to them and they designed what's on the right-hand side. And I still have to come up with a new title myself. Okay. And I will tell you that here are so you see the red arrow. Okay. First of all, the purple line that's going up and down, that is my click-through rate. Okay. And you'll see and the red arrow is when I switched my title and thumbnail. And you'll see that my title and thumbnail shot up immensely once I changed things up. So think of, that's way more people who are watching the video. Okay. It's still spent a lot of time not being watched, and it doesn't have a ton of views, but it's gaining traction. Whereas before it wasn't. Here's another example. On the left side is the before. I thought it was good. Apparently it wasn't. On the right side is the after. And then you'll see the red arrows where I changed it, and you'll see that more people are watching it. So again, the importance of the title and thumbnail. Okay, let me look at the chat, and I'm going to talk about ways to make your content really shine. Okay, so let's see. It says you can go to a site like Social Blade, and they give a breakdown of a lot of the analytics for any channel. Oh, awesome. Thank you. Okay, thank you for that. All right. So, okay, so you know about the topic, you know about the title and the thumbnail. Now you're like scripting or you're outlining your video. And what do you say, or what do you do? Okay, your sole mission is to get as many people as possible to watch to the end of the video, to get to the end of the video, because YouTube is more likely to deliver your video to more people when they see that people are liking your video. Like that, YouTube's mission is to keep people on YouTube. And the way to do that is to suggest videos to their audience, to their grand audience that are performing well because people are liking them, So you want to make the first 30 seconds really stand out. And I'm going to show you some a chart or two that will like really show this to you. But you want to make the first 30 seconds count, because the first 30 seconds are where a huge chunk of people usually leave a video. So you really need to grab people there. I strongly urge you, and believe me, it took me a long time to finally take this advice, even though I heard it from a million people. Don't do branded intros. Branded intros are where you have your logo and it does a little dance. And even if it's just for a few seconds, people leave during that time, because people did not click on your title, and your title does not say, please watch my branded intro. Your thumbnail doesn't say it. Your title and thumbnail are the promise of what people are going to watch, and you need to deliver that promise as soon as possible. You also may want to consider delaying your introduction of yourself. I now mention like usually about halfway through my video, or sometimes, well, I don't know, usually at least a couple minutes into my video, depending on how long the video is. I'll say, by the way, if you're new to this channel, I'm Brooke, and I say something that takes maybe 10 seconds. Actually, it's maybe 9 seconds, because I've timed this, and that's it. But I wait till I've delivered some value before I sneak that in, because guess what? People also leave when you're introducing yourself. And even though it might just be a percentage here, a percentage there, if you have a whole bunch of percentage, if you give a whole bunch of reasons for people to leave because you haven't gotten to what you promised to do in your video, then that's way fewer people who get to the end. And that means YouTube is less likely to deliver the video and, for other people to see. And you also want to, and just get to the point as quickly as possible. For those of you who know the YouTuber, Mr. Beast, who has like, I don't know, 70 something million subscribers or whatever, it's insane. His average, it takes him on average, I think it's 3 seconds or 4 seconds to get to the meat of the video. Okay. like literally. So, and that's what I try to do. I'm probably like at worst 15 seconds, but once I did it in 7 seconds, I was really proud of myself. So I'm still working on this. But the faster you do it, the more likely people will stay. And I'll show you exactly what I mean by that. There's a bullet point down here that says, after you get people to the end, okay, you want to encourage them to watch the next video. And when you check out my channel, you'll see at the end of my videos, at least at the end of my videos since last year, I'll say, now that you've seen this, your next step is to watch blah, blah, blah. And I point to a video. And sorry, I have to get a drink, sorry. YouTube rewards videos that get people to watch the next video. Because again, YouTube wants videos that keep people on YouTube. And I will tell you, that is the one thing I have been doing well. There are so many mistakes I make, but that's the one thing I've been doing really well. I have a very high rate. Now, when I say don't waste your CTA asking people to subscribe, CTA is call to action. Bigger channels, the bigger the channel, the less likely they are to do this. Smaller channels do this. And I also learned the hard way that when I ask people to subscribe, I lose, people drop off the video. So instead of, as a marketing rule, this is a marketing rule, only in any piece of content or thing you show people, only ask them to do one thing. So if I'm only going to ask them to do one thing, I'm going to ask them to watch the next video. That's all I'm going to do. It doesn't matter whether they subscribe. It doesn't affect the success of my channel. So I'm not going to waste my breath and lose people in the process by asking them to subscribe. If they're smart enough, they'll subscribe. And as a matter of fact, when I stopped asking people to subscribe, I got more subscriptions. It was really crazy. So anyway, that is that. So I'm just checking the time here. I just want to make sure we're good with everything. So I just want to show you 2 quick charts just to give you a visual of the importance of getting to the point as quickly as possible. This is a video that I made about mobile friendly emails. It's one of my earlier videos. It was a little more than 4.5 minutes long. And you'll see, you see how there's like a red line towards the left side of the graph? That's the 30-second mark, okay, of the video. And I lost like, I don't know, 65, 70% of my viewers left in 30 seconds because I was just taking too long. It was just horrible. And then at the very end, and you'll see, and with this video, only 1.6% of people who started the video ended up clicking to watch my next video because I lost too many people in those first 30 seconds. Only 0.02% of people who watched this video end up subscribing. And this video only gets $1.62 for every 1,000 people who watch it. Okay, so this is what happens when you take too long. And YouTube, by the way, you see the shape of the magenta line, how it kind of drops down and then it kind of evens out. This, in YouTube terms, this is called the hockey stick. So you don't want a hockey stick with your audience retention charts. This is an audience retention chart. Now, this next video is more than a minute longer, but 9.9% of people made it to the end. Not only made it to the end. I'm sorry. Not only made it to the end, like about 50% of people made it all the way to the end, and then chose to watch my next video. And you'll see that I lost way fewer people during those first 30 seconds. 1.2% of the people who watched is subscribed, and I'm getting a little more than $30 for every 1,000 views. So anyway, that gives you an idea of the importance of that. I can't emphasize that. I can't emphasize it enough. I really can't. You also want to, we're nearing the end here. So I want to, there are two key, I think it's two more key slides. So you want to build a relationship with your audience. You want to make it clear about, like, you know, what you stand for and whom you serve. So what that means is, don't have a channel that covers a whole, like, too many different things. Like, really we always talk about being authentic, okay, but I can't emphasize it enough. Just be yourself and make it clear who your audience is. So like when I do my little tiny intro of myself, like somewhere in the middle of my video, you know, I say, you know, hey, I'm Brooke, and you know, in case you're new to the channel, I help you create a small business social media program that gets results and is easy and fun to run. So I'm saying small business social media programs, so people know that I'm really, my focus is small business owners. We're talking about social media, and here's what I'm trying to do to help you achieve. Okay, so make it super clear. Whenever you can tell stories, I have a hard time with this. I've been able to include storytelling in a few of my videos, but it's been a little tough for me. And it tends to be a little harder when you're doing instructional videos, but when you can do it, it could even be, for example, let's say, actually one good example where I did a decent job of this is, I did a video recently about Instagram hashtag strategies. Basically my video was about how I'm changing my entire strategy and why and what it looks like. So, and I talk about that, you know, here's where it was. And it turns out that Instagram has changed up some things, and I've been researching and I found some new things. So this is really what it should be instead. And I walk people through the process and give them tips along the way. So there's a story of me working through something. And so because people want to see the end of it. So stories are really good when you can. Be vulnerable. This is something I didn't think of in the beginning, because I always thought, okay, well, shouldn't I always present myself as someone who always knows everything? No, people are much more likely to not only subscribe, but watch your next videos and keep watching you when they see you're a real living human being who makes mistakes just like they do. Those are absolutely the best channels. So be humble, be vulnerable. I promise you, it goes against the grain of everything I've learned in marketing, but it really, really works. And think about the videos that you like. You know, are those people know-it-alls, or do they sometimes, you know, when they made a mistake or show their struggles or something? And usually they're showing struggles. When you can create rituals, that's where you have certain things you always do in each video. So, you know, you can always do something like that, and encourage comments when you can. And this is something that I continue to work on. And some other helpful tools for you guys. One of them is Canva Pro. So most of you have heard of Canva, and if you don't even if you don't have it, you probably have heard of it. This is considered the graphic design tool for non-graphic designers, although I do know graphic designers who use it too. But I am not a graphic designer whatsoever, but I've really enjoyed using Canva a lot. It's helped me with the few thumbnails I've done that I've actually done a good job on, but also I have graphics for my videos. I'll do like an arrow that points somewhere, or I do little things, and I'm able to create them in Canva and then incorporate them in the video. So that's been really, really cool. the reason I say pro is because it just gives you, there's just a little bit more functionality, it gives you more options in terms of graphics and other things you can choose to work with. I think that if you want to choose stock video clips and all that, those are all in the pro account. And I think it's $120 for the entire year, something like that for pro. I only pay it once a year, so I'm just trying to remember. Epidemic Sound is really good if you want at some point music and sound effects. And by the way, these are not things I recommend you do right now. Just start doing videos, because the only way you get better doing videos is by doing videos. So, and the good news is that I hate to say it, but it's actually a blessing. Not too many people are going to see your first few videos. So this is a great chance to just practice and just get in the habit of it. So, but anyway, when you're ready to, if you want to start adding some background music or some sound effects, and this is something I've been working on, Epidemic Sound is good for that. Storyblocks has like a wealth of stock video footage. vidIQ I already mentioned, that's for video research. It helps me see some facts about competing channels at a glance. And really, when I say competing channels, we can always, at some point, I'm sure I'll collaborate. I just need to see what others are doing. But I can't emphasize enough to ease into all of these tools as you just get more into video, but just start getting the video. Just get your phone and start recording. And as you do it, you're gonna want to do things better each time, but you have to start somewhere. So let me see how we're doing with time. Okay, cool. Okay, so that's what we have. I would love to answer additional questions you have, but I'd also love to hear from you too. If there's like one big aha moment that you had, or just one big lesson that you learned that you weren't anticipating, I'd love to hear that as well. And hopefully you guys all saw in the chat the link to my channel, as well as the link to Google's instructions on how to set up a channel if you need that. And there's something in chat here. Let's see what we have. Okay, cool. And Carmen just sent a link for the survey.
If you don't mind me interrupting really quick, for those of you who've been here, you've heard my spiel about the survey before, but we really value everyone's feedback. The survey takes less than a minute, and it is required by our funders so that we can continue to offer these workshops to all of you guys. I'm going to give another minute or so for questions, because we're looking good in the chat right now, and then we can wrap up. And Brooke, I'm also going to resend your link to the channel and how to set up.
Okay, cool. Thank you.
And as a reminder, everyone will get a copy of this PowerPoint and a link to the recording.
Awesome. Great.
And it looks like we have a little takeaway.
Yeah. So Isaac, so basically delaying the intro and the branding and how important the first 30 seconds are. Yes, that was an eye-opener for me too. Let's see, suggestions for a custom Philly-centric t-shirt brand. That's really interesting. I would be curious just to learn more about your brand just to begin with. So just FYI, that'd be super cool. So in terms of what sort of videos you could do there. Are you, I will tell you, if this sounds crazy, I'm wondering if other outlets would be better for you. Like, in other words, if you did, you can do, well, no, I shouldn't say that. I think if you were to do maybe like a Philadelphia centric channel, that would be really good. And then you could kind of incorporate the t-shirts with that, if that makes sense. So for people who are, just want to learn more about Philadelphia, you'll end up coming up in those searches, and then they find out that you sell t-shirts. That could be really good way to do it, possibly. Anyway, I hope that helps, Tracy. And Alex says, appreciate the analytics to back up the points. Yes, I feel like you kind of need the analytics for that. And I had to see it myself too, before I, really stuck to it. And thank you, Lou. And thank you, Laura, as well. Awesome. And thank you again, Tracy. Yes. Cool.
Okay. All right.
You guys are so awesome. Thank you.
This has been a great presentation. Thank you, everyone. Thank you, Brooke, so much. And we are looking pretty good. So I think we're good to wrap up.
Okay, great.
Thank you so much. Have a great rest of your week, everyone.
Thanks.
Bye.
Take care. Bye.